talk about island setups. I think the first episode we should cover islands. I'm a solo island. I have an alliance that I donate money to, which is nice because they get some money. But we want to cover the server. We want to cover Cosmic Sky. We want to help you get better at the game. Now, let's talk about bots and automation. It's important to make note of the fact that bots and automation is best fixed and best sorted out with understanding the power relationship with bots. Bots use lots of power. They can use lots of power. Relation between bots and power. You have to have enough power to run all of your bots. You know, that's kind of the framework here. So I think I'm right now. I'm in the ballpark of like 3 to 5 mil an hour. We have an alt that are chilling inside of here. That's generating all of this. It's not a very big island. It's nothing crazy. You know, I don't have massive farms built. I don't have any of this other stuff. But I do have automation set up, and that's good because the automation helps. It helps generate money while I'm adventuring. It helps generate money so that I can put more money in my island. It helps all kinds of stuff. Like, in other words, if I come over here and I claim my island kit, I get 2 free cow spawners and like 4 mil money, which is nice that we just got that from basically nothing. So bots is like what you want to get. Now, the best place to grind bots, I will show you where it is and where everyone else is getting their bots from. Now, of course, there's going to be stuff. All of this doesn't make sense, and it won't make sense until we explain it. So there's different bots. As I come over here and check for my bots chests, we have seller bots, which auto sell things that you put in chests. You have bundle bots, which collect items and put them in bundles. And the reason that could be good is if perhaps it is cheaper for power for you to bundle items than it is for you to have a smelter system set up or a seller system set up. You know, you might bundle your items in that way. A Slayer bot does exactly what it says it does. It auto slays mobs that you put next to it. Now, it should also be noted that while bots run on power, they also run on like player online. Your bots don't run when you're offline, right? The chickens need an entity next to it in order for it to generate chickens. Your crops need entities next to it so that it knows to start growing. You know, these bots do not work offline. So that's something that it should be made note of. And then we have, let's see, we talked about bundle, we talked about Slayer. We have your smelting bot, which auto smelts items next to it. And so that's nice. You have your farmer bots, which are like your, if we're talking like Hypixel, your potato minions, carrot minions, all of that. That's what farmer bots are for. Farmer bots, though, you need to set up a chest of whatever crop you want them to farm right next to them, otherwise it will not farm. Farmer bots farm, base farmer bots, because that's what these are base. Base farmer bots farm in a radius of 2 per, so if you put them in the middle of a 5x5, in between 3 sub-platforms, you can get the most out of your farmer bots. So we have farmer bots, fisher bots. Fisher bots make a lot of money because, I mean, if we look, fisher bots, each fish that they catch is $321, and then if you smelt it with an auto smelter, that's $438. And then once you hit ice level 40, you can start unlocking salmon, which raw salmon sells for $938. And then if you cook it, it goes to 1.46k. So if we look in here, we have our cooked fish here, and we have our cooked salmon there, and everything just gets swept away from our seller bot there. So we talked about, all of our different bots. We talked about farming, smelting, slaying, bundling, fishing. We talked about they basically just fish. Now, from what I've noticed, the fishing bots do not need to be any specific like the for automatic power, they do not need to be in any specific arrangement. You could have it like this, you could have it like with one bit of water next to them, however in which you choose to do it. I do it like this because well, I've outlined this chunk because for the moment I want everything to be in this chunk just because it makes these collection chests work better. Collection chest, in case you do not know, um is a item that um collects a specific item within that chunk. So these Autobots here are mining coal, and so you'll watch them. They'll coal spawn, and then they'll mine the coal, and then it gets collected here, and then within that, these crafting bots will take the coal scraps, which is what those bots generate, and then turn it into coal. Uh, right here, you can see it. Just turn it into straight up coal, which I can just take out. Right here is coal. And so each coal sells for um, $667. So we're generating like every 8 fragments is one coal. You can just watch it for a second or two. I think it's like every 3 or 4 seconds we'll generate a coal. So that there is going into that there. Now, right now we're just straight up selling straight up coal because we don't have cows unlocked yet. I'm working on chickens getting slayed. We talked about auto slayers. If you have them in an arrangement like this, they auto slay the chickens, and then chicken meat goes into our auto slayer right here. So the raw chicken, every time the chicken dies, its items are dropped into this collection chest here, and all of these collection chests are feeding into this chest here. So all of the raw ingredients will go here. Then our smelter bot smelts it and drops it into a hopper, which then goes into a chest system here. And the reason I have it like this is so that in case it gets backlogged in any way, I haven't backlogged it yet, or haven't seen it backlog yet. So that way it has room to backlog, and then comes over here to our seller bot here, which we have at level 4, which means that our efficiency is 1%. What does that mean? Your base seller bot, if we go back and look at it over here, your base seller bot has a efficiency of 0.8%, which means that at 0.8%, your bot can only, how do I say, your bot can only sell at 80% of what shop value is. So you can upgrade them with bot upgrades, which I will talk about the different upgrades. You have interval upgrades, you have bundler upgrades, radius upgrades, cell increase upgrades. So if you take your bot and you put 2 cell increases, it'll go from 0.80% to 1%. So what we did is we just merged bots. The way that you merge bots, you see all of these say ready to upgrade. If you take 2 bots that are of the same level, so like that's a level 2 and that's a level 2, and you merge them together by typing in the command Autobot, you can merge your bots and get a tiered up bot. And the reason you tier up bots is so that way you can get upgrades on your bots without um, having to put the upgrades themselves inside of them. You can see our upgrades are empty here, and our efficiency is at 100%. Our power usage is down, and then our selling every so often is up. So there's those different bots I wanted to cover. You know, we cover farming bots, crafting bots, slaying bots. I have this system here because occasionally when slaying items here, they will drop island parts, and the island parts can be useful because they can, um, the island parts can be useful because they can just, um, they can take, normal island weapons and just um, isolate them out and make them stronger so that you get more damage, you get more XP, you get more attributes. So that's the reason that we have a hopper underneath that, so we can collect the possible parts that it could drop that these auto slayers are getting from us. So that's bots. I wanted to cover bots. I wanted to cover my island a little bit. I don't think it's showing anything crazy. We aren't a top 10 island. We are a solo island. We are generating some income. Eco is kind of fucked right now though because they just introduced a new loot box, which I contemplated buying, but it doesn't seem too worth it for me because the way that I look at it currently, money is important. Money makes everything in the game work. You want slot tickets, they're 10 mil per. You want um you want upgrades, you want ice upgrades here so you can get more power. Um, right here, you want more power, it's money. You want more power storage, it's money. You want replant for farms, that's money. All of this revolves around money. And so in order to accurately gain money, you need to develop an island that develops money for you so that way you can have everything work. But there gets to a point where money doesn't become important. And so what I mean to say is right now I'm relatively capped at what I can do. Like there's I can go adventuring and I'll show you where the different mobs are and we'll talk about that here in a second. But there's only so much that I can do without having more power. So if we look at our IS power for a second, we are generating 1412 power per second, but we are capped how much power we can produce. We are capped at IS level 60. Now, if we type in IS level cap, we can see that the next level cap will be July 6th. So IS level 70 will unlock tomorrow, which will be in about, give or take, 10 hours from now, give or take 9-10 hours from now, the new level cap will unlock. Now, of course, other people have different IS recipes set up, and I know this is a lot of information, but bear with me. You get IS recipes from adventuring, or you can buy them off AH for money. Basically, what IS recipes are is you take ingredients. Like if I had my farmer set up on carrots and I had my auto slayer up on rabbits, I could use a crafting bot to produce this rabbit farmer stew. You might ask yourself, well, why do you want rabbit farmer stew? Well, rabbit farmer stew is just an example, but each rabbit farmer stew sells for about $765, which is much more than the carrot and rabbits would sell together. The carrots would sell for $10. So if we do the math, 45 carrots at $10 per is $450, and then cooked rabbit. If we take a look at it, cooked rabbit sells for $5. So the cooked rabbit $450 plus you're looking at $525 for raw ingredients. It gives you a it gives you like it's $765. Gives you like a $240 increase on selling it or on crafting rabbit farmer stew as opposed to selling those ingredients raw. Now that's just rabbit farmer stew. You also have things like leftovers. You have things like burnt smoked beef, which hopefully when we get chickens done, we'll be able to start working on, and then that'll be that. But I wanted to just show off some content so that way y'all can start developing islands and all. Well, that was thank you all for watching today's episode of the Night Sky Tutorials, where we went over bots and all of that. In the next tutorial, we will be going over adventure as well as adventure bot upgrades and everything like that. I didn't showcase the precise location because it would have been too much to put in one episode, but that's going to be that. Thank you all for watching. If you are new around here and you're enjoying the Midnight Sky content, or you just want to support the channel in general, be sure to let me know by hitting that sub button down below. That's going to be all for me. Thank you all for watching.
I've been giving you the worst. Now you wanna stay the night.